the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City. They lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Well, you talk about a player who needed a few years to adjust to the NBA. Kemba Walker has gone from solid to great in short order. He's really taken his team to the next level as well.
Yeah, he's improved his shot at every distance. His ball handling is wizardry and wizardry.
Wizardry?
It was wizardry.
How do you spell wizardry?
Well, it's kind of like wizardry with the saying it correctly.
With a G in it.
Yeah, but his scoring efficiency has really probably been his biggest asset.
Not only that, he plays to his strengths on the offensive side of the ball. And Kenny, I hate to disrespect you, I think he's the best guard coming out of New York. Hope you're not mad at me.
Well, Tiny Archibald would be. Or Lenny Wilkins would be.
Who they play for?
Oh, they would.
No, they were Hall of
New
Famers.
York.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. All right. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
But I'll give it to Kemba.
Live from Charlotte, North Carolina, it's the home of the Hornets, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. This game marks the end of a road trip for Oklahoma City. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. Tip-off goes to Charlotte. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Inside, it's Patterson and Adams. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's George in at the 3 slot. Walker's shot is off. Here's Robertson, defended by Batum. Robertson gets the bucket. Roberson's got the opening field goal of the game for the Thunder. Well, Doris, you've said this many times. Few players as competitive as Russell Westbrook in the league. He goes full speed from start to finish, and you get the feeling he would play the entire game if his coach let him.
What I love most about Russell Westbrook is how much this guy just loves to compete. And it's that mentality that allows him to take over games, even if things aren't falling his way. It's hard to think of a guy who wants to win more in the league.
Now George. Nicholas Batum missing from long range.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
Oklahoma City shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. Throw good, Paul George. The one thing we saw with the Thunder last postseason, Doris, is that when Russell Westbrook comes off the floor, this team sometimes lost its direction.
Yeah, but now with Paul George in the fold, it makes sense to stagger their minutes. That way they won't have such a dramatic drop-off if Russell Westbrook leaves the floor.
And George drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
There's the pick. And the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Hernan Gomez, defended by George. And that's going to be a travel. Thunder off to a quick start here, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
Well, I couldn't agree more, Greg. Situations like that you hope build character, but they need to knock down the free throws, bottom line.
And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
And the way he went about it, no better way to increase the lead and energizes your teammates.
And so it's Charlotte with it. The Thunder making the shot. Batum inside the three-point line. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
Now here's Walker. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Man, they had high hopes for a fast start. They get out of the gates 0 for 4.
Patterson dishes to George. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. And he slams it right down on top of Frank Kaminsky.
Now the superb athleticism of Russell Westbrook on full display. The vertical out of this world.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. 5 on the clock. Batum with the ball. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Here's Kaminsky. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
That has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
Well, you've got to be resilient when you start off that slow. Kept pounding away, and finally they make a bucket.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Kaminsky. You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Doris, he very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
Here's Batum following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Off the pick. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, that's not exactly the most solid screen you'll see, but it still works.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Screen by Adams. George passes to Adams. And Roberson kicks to Patterson. Offline with his 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
A shot by Batum, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Roberson, and he banks in the layup. Roberson's got his second basket of the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Back to Walker. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Screen by Adams. Westbrook kicks to Adams. And here comes the break. Here's Batum. Offensive rebound. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Kaminsky. Second shot opportunity. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, despite his struggles from the field in this period, you know he's going to keep asking for the basketball.
The shot by George, no good.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
On the wing, Batum. They set the pick. Off the pick. Another miss by Batum.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Now, here is George. He really had an off night against the Timberwolves, never really got into rhythm.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's Batum. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, and some nights, you know, the starters carry the load, and then there's others when it's about the bench. That night, the bench won out.
Well, they came to play for sure, and it took the pressure off that starting unit, which is exactly what you're hoping they would do.
Now, here's Batum. He had 13 points in the win against Utah.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Here's Batum. It's a 10-point game. George with the ball. 5 points in the game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Thunder.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
George passes to Adams. Back to George.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
The shot will not fall. Here's Walker. Oh, good on that one. Westbrook with the nice D there. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Kicks it to George. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. And it's George again missing. Walker dishes to Kid Gilchrist. And they pick up 2. Kid Gilchrist has got it back down to within single digits for Charlotte.
And defensively, just giving up the high percentage look down low.
Not a lot of aggressiveness from the defense right there. You didn't put up enough fight early to keep him from scoring in the post.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, I think when your bench puts up that kind of productivity, it makes your offense so much more difficult to defend. It's a key element in their last win.
And George kicks to Westbrook. Here's Patterson. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Doors with every team now having shooters who can space the floor is such an important part of their offense. Who are some of the best players at taking advantage of that with the dribble drive?
Well, there's certain guys who you sit there and say, there's no way I'd ever want to be a lone defender in transition trying to deal with the ferocity of a Russell Westbrook drive, the absolute majesty of Kyrie Irving's handle, the combination of strength and athleticism of LeBron James. I just want to tell those defenders, you better step back, boys, and get out of the way.
You know, you make such a great point. As much as I admire the three-point shooting of Steph or Clay and the majesty of LeBron, the dribbling ability of Kyrie Irving, to me, is absolutely jaw-dropping.
This guy does not have explosive athleticism. It's a product of clearly somebody who has always had the basketball in his hands. It's majesty in motion.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Cody Zeller's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Williams comes in for Kaminsky. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. And Parker's subbed in for Nicholas Batum. Now here's Felton. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And it's Abrinas in the corner. And Noel kicks to Grant. Hands it from downtown. And the Thunder lead by 9.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And it's Walker penetrating, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Walker's got 6 points.
A steady screen set on that play, and the defense disappears. Nice communication between teammates to make that play work.
Always going up for the alley-oop here, and slam dunk by Noel.
Okay, I've loved the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
The Hornets shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Williams a screen on Grant. And Walker kicks to Parker. Williams passes to Walker. Clock at 6. Screen by Parker. Takes the 3. Kept alive by Charlotte.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And stolen by Zeller. Now here's Lamb. D right on him. Here's Parker. Good on the shot. Parker's got his first points in this one.
And Parker just super efficient at shooting from inside the paint with shots like that one.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
All the officials are all over that one.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And he knocks down the first one. Monks checked in for Kemba Walker. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so here's Charlotte. 9-point game. Parker against Felton. Parker outside. Williams a screen, and they call an illegal screen here.
And let's check out stats for Lamb. How last month turned out for him. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Now here's Noel. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Goes up from the top of the key. Singler, no good.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Williams a screen. Parker dishes to Williams. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Here's Abrinas. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And so it's Charlotte with it, trailing here by 8. Dishes to Monk. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Now here's Felton. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. To the wing right side. Abrinas' shot is off. Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Parker with it. Now Felton defending. Here's Lamb, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Oklahoma City leading by 6. Grant kicks to Singler. Knocked away and stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And a wide open look for Lamb. And not sure what he was thinking there. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Screen by Grant. Felton kicks to Singler. Shoots from 8. Rebounded by Lamb. Pass to Parker. Over Felton. And Parker with the basket on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. Parker's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, the mid-range jump shot is just automatic from Parker, especially when he gets the room to fire.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Parker against Felton. Grant kicks to Noel. From the arc. Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Oklahoma City Thunder, willing his team to a successful quarter performance. He seemed to stop at nothing to push the momentum. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, but also a guy who is extremely critical of himself.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come out, to know when to score, to know when to pass, to know when to be aggressive, to know when to slow down. It can be tough at times because I want to do so well, and I want my teammates to do so well, and I want to win so bad.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Hornets, we've got Jeremy Lamb, Cody Zeller out there with Williams, and there's Monk, and it's Parker in at the 1. Here's Felton. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Parker. Outside Williams. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And that's now 6 points for Williams. And it's Singler in the corner. Back to Abrinas. Off the left rim and out. Hornets trail by 4. Parker outside. Pass to Zeller. Just his first attempt. He can't get it to go. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Charlotte shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. There's a screen by Williams. Passes to Monk. Rob. Grant the pass to Felton. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Now, Felton not afraid of the paint. Let's make no mistake. Attacks relentlessly and scoring because he's fearless.
Here's Abrinas. 7 points in the game. And it's Singler in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Parker kicks to Zeller. He dishes it to Monk. Zeller against Noel. Baseline J on the way. And it's slammed in by Williams.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. There's a screen by Noel. And Singler kicks to Grant. Over Zeller. No good from Grant.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he's shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
Now, here's Felton after the miss from Malik Monk. Now Grant. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Doris, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan. That's good from Singler. And here is Monk. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Utah. He feeds it to Batum. Here's the screen. Got a hand on it.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
Patterson, the screen. Takes a three. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Hornets trail by 9. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Feeds to Monk. Shoots the three. The Thunder pull it in. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Monk. Here's Batum. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Here's Roberson. Now the feed to Adams. Outside Westbrook. Screen by Adams. Here's Roberson. Adams right side. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Well, you love when Steven Adams shows his strength. Even with the defense in his grill, he finds a way to score.
And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
And the Hornets making a change here. Walker's checked in. And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
You hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots. All right, a chance to check out stats for Nicholas Batum. His last 10 games, he's putting up about 12 points a game, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Walker dishes to Kaminsky. Tries it from 19. Westbrook pulls it in.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Here's Roberson. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Well, you talk about the very definition of what a defensive specialist is, Doris, and that is Andre Roberson.
Right. What you love about Roberson is he can match up with multiple positions on the defensive end. One thing you worry about, obviously, is teams when he is on the offensive end, they're going to give him a lot of shots because he's yet to prove he can consistently knock those down.
And that one misses. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
I love how Westbrook rises and fires immediately. Ball touches his hands, and it's gone before you can blink.
There's a good screen. Batum inside the three-point line, misses the jumper. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that three spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall three that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
Here's Westbrook, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Over Walker. And Adams kicks to Patterson. Now the dish to Robertson. Back to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Westbrook passes to George. A three-pointer off the mark. Hornets trail by 11. Here's Batum. Here's Kaminsky. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. George dishes to Westbrook.
Oh, goodness gracious.
How about that finish?
Oof, wow.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Kid Gilchrist. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on George. For Charlotte, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
One shot.
Doris, with so many one-and-dones entering the NBA, do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids who have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
So it's the Thunder now. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. Westbrook against Walker. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front. You know, you see Russell Westbrook now, and you just assume he's going to put up a triple-double. I don't think we thought we'd ever see somebody average that for an entire season. But what an incredible accomplishment last year, and turned the NBA upside down with that feat.
One shot. One shot.
And Westbrook with an incredible year in the triple-double average. He also broke Oscar Robertson's record for most triple-doubles in a single season. Doris, wonderful ceremony with the two of them on the last day of last season.
What's incredible to me is Westbrook is already 4th on the all-time triple-double list. Think about it. He's in his prime, and he could pass names like the Big O, Magic Johnson, and Jason Kidd. This is truly extraordinary.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, just ice cold right now from the floor
Time to regroup.
And I think, Greg, they look lost and they look frustrated. Not sure how they're missing so many shots right now.
On defense, Oklahoma City. And Batum kicks to Walker, looking to get it going. Westbrook with the block.
Oh, my goodness. Russell Westbrook twice on the pipe sends that shot back. My goodness.
Now the pass to Patterson. Offline with his three. Hornets trail by 15. Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He has 5. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. Oklahoma City has gotten cold from deep in the 2nd quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. And Patterson kicks to Roberson. Dishes to Westbrook. In the corner, George with it. 3-pointer. Here's Roberson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the 2nd chance bucket right there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Hernan Gomez in the corner. Shot on the wing. And that one comes up a bit short. Oklahoma City leading by 15. And George kicks to Roberson. Over to the left wing. Out to the right wing. Double team on Westbrook. Adams, the pass to George. Clock at 4. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. That doesn't go either for George.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Here's Walker. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. In 3rd, the Hornets.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Walker. And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in. Noel's checked in for the Thunder. Kemba Walker hits them both.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Walker against Westbrook. Here's Adams. And it falls over the rim and in. Adams has got 7 now in this quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Walker dishes to Batum. He kicks it to Zeller. Pass to Walker. They set the pick. At the elbow, it's Kid Gilchrist. 1:39 left to play here in the half. Charlotte no good that time either.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
In the corner, George with it. There's a screen by Noel, and George kicks to Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. Hornets trail by 17. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Kicks to Batum. The tray. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Pass to Roberson. He dishes it to Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Stolen by Walker. Over in the corner, Batum from outside the arc. Connects from 3-point range. Batum's got 7.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the 1st quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
And Roberson kicks to Adams. Noel down low. Kaminsky's there. Screen by Adams. 6 on the shot clock. Westbrook, no good.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
2 points. That one goes. He has 7.
Oh, Kevin, that's not an easy play. Paul George is an extraordinary player. Keeps his eye on the bucket at all times.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate on to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, these guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we could only beat ourselves.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls. Let's go.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
I don't know how you're not a big fan of his game. He plays fast, aggressive, and if you let him get to the rim, he leaves nothing to chance.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. And so here is Oklahoma City. So for Oklahoma City right now, at small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair, and it's Adams in at the 5 spot. Here's Robertson. And Adams kicks to Robertson. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 8 rebounds in this game. Now here's Batum. Defense right on him. Walker in the post. Patterson defending. And the basket by Kaminsky.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Now here is George. Back to Patterson. Over Kaminsky. Bank shot. No good.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Double team on Westbrook. Robertson the pass to George. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Boy, they're slow coming out of halftime. Just 0 for 3 to start this half.
He gets that one. 10 points for Kemba Walker.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Now here's Adams. He has 7. Robertson dishes to Adams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Boy, they can't buy one right now. 0 for 4 to start the second half.
And it's sent back by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipes.
That one good for 2.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Hornets trail by 14.
Well, Paul George has made himself into one of the premier two-way perimeter players in the NBA. I think you have to put him in that category with Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. He can take over a game in every facet, guys.
Now, here's Walker. He's got 10. And it's Walker again missing. Oklahoma City leading by 14. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. To the paint, here's Adams. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Doris, Paul George, capable of carrying a team offensively while also locking down the other team's top wing threat.
And that, to me, Kev, is one of the hardest things to do in this league, to expend the energy necessary to be an elite two-way player. Paul George is the real deal.
Now Adams, following the miss by Kemba Walker from deep, outside Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. Here's George. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists in the game.
How pretty is the shooting motion of Paul George? Pulls the trigger with no hesitation. He owns the mid-range.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Paul George, the 10th overall pick in 2010 out of Fresno State. I'm not sure anyone realized, Doris, he'd be this good when he first got into the league.
No, you make a great point, Kev, because the physical tools were there, but his work ethic to keep adding layers to his game has been truly a thing to watch. This guy's got a chance to win league MVP before it's all said and done.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Williams, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Lamb comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Monks checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Parker subbed in for Kemba Walker. The Thunder leading by 16. Passes to Adams. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Felton against Parker. Felton can't get it to go. Hornets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. Monk with the ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And then Monk with the jam.
And it's just easy to love the energy with which Monk plays. Whenever he's close to the rim, he is looking to make a statement.
And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. Here is Felton after the basket by Charlotte. He feeds it to Adams. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Oh, that's a big-time contest. Willie, not a high flyer, but knows how to position himself.
Four on the shot clock. And Parker with a clear path to the hoop. That one drops for him. Parker's got 6.
And Parker is the ultimate attacker in the open floor. He gets the ball and doesn't think twice about getting to the rim.
Now here's Patterson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Felton. Poked away. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Here's Monk. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Hernan Gomez passes to Parker. A floater. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Patterson dishes to Felton. Back to Patterson to the right side. Here's Grant. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for Charlotte.
And these sorts of nights can happen. I mean, an extremely rough outing from him in terms of his efficiency. And at this point, the only thing you can hope for is to try to get into some sort of rhythm. Get a couple in a row, try to get to the free throw line and build some confidence.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The free throw drops for Grant. Doris, we know there's a lot of trash talking on the court. Some of it is unfriendly, some of it not so much, just kind of playing around. When do you consider comments going over the line?
Well, given that I'm not necessarily privy to exactly everything that's said, I imagine much of it not PG rated, Kevin.
No.
I would say that's an issue for the players to decide. If you step over the line, you're going to feel me in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know, though, we've ever had a time in any professional sport, but in particular the NBA, where there has been a real feeling of community among the players, though. I mean, I think in the olden days, there was genuine hatred, and there's some of that now, but there is really a feel like, wait, we are all in this together.
Maybe too much so. Like
too much so.
I enjoyed watching Larry Bird, who was supposed to be amongst the best trash talkers, get into the head of the player. Draymond Green is the current iteration of perhaps the best trash talker. I say, listen, let him yap a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
He's taking Kevin Garnett's place in that regard, I think.
Yeah.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Parker against Felton. Feeds it to Patterson. And Felton is up top. Back to Patterson. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Grant, that's good.
Well, Grant is going to have to expand his range. And how about the confidence on that jumper?
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
There's the pick. Parker with it. Now Felton defending. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Steven Adams. He's been dominant over the last month. He's averaging 10 points a game, 16 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And on both ends of the floor, he's a guy they look for to take up space inside.
Well, certainly with the rebounding, with the ability to block shots, basically he does all the dirty work, so the other guys can look pretty.
Grant outside. There's the feed to Felton. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Adams' shot is off. Hornets trail by 17. On the wing, Lamb. Hernan Gomez kicks to Parker. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Patterson passes to Abrinas. Lets it go with a 3. That shot misses. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. And then for Oklahoma City, Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. And it's Singler in for Patterson. The Thunder leading by 15. Here's Abrinas. 7 points in the game. There's the dish to Felton. And the pass to Noel. Here's Abrinas. Rebound by Williams.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Parker dishes to Monk. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Monk's got 7 points here in this quarter.
What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Singler with it. He's picked up by Lamb. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The Thunder have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. Hornets trail by 14. Dishes it to Zeller. Parker against Felton. Parker kicks to Williams. Taken away by Felton. Here's Abrinas. 7 points in the game. On the wing, Singler. Outside, Felton. Back to Singler. The Hornets pull it in. Zeller's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. Charlotte has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Felton against Parker. Williams, a screen on Felton. Parker drives in, and the dunk by Parker.
And what strength there by Parker. Be able to take the hit and still drain the shot in the process. He is just a remarkable athlete with tremendous finishing ability.
And Tony Parker in the 2017 season with the lowest minutes per game average in his career. He was playing so well in the playoffs. I mean, historically well. Then, Greg, as we know, the quad injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was. And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer.
Now, here's Grant. He's got 8, and it goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Felton. And here are some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. 5th on the list, Nerlens Noel.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And all with an outstanding work ethic as well. Constant effort and motion, always doing whatever they can to get the best possible position and the ultra-high percentage shot.
Grant, that's good. And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years, lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%, and a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit.
That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is kept down now to just 11 on the basket from Zeller. Here's Abrinas, 7 points in the game. There's a screen by Noel. Out left to the wing. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. We've got 1:18 left in the third. Kid Gilchrist against Singler. From 12 feet out. Misses off the right iron. Oklahoma City leading by 11. And it's Grant in the corner. Over Kid Gilchrist. No good from Grant.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now here's Zeller. Back to Parker. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Abrinas the pass to Grant, and he uses the glass on the layup. Grant's got 12 points in the game.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Parker. Parker sends this. Look at that jam!
Get out of the way!
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
And it's Abrinas in the corner. No good on the 3. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action after this word. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball moving, extra pass, attack, pass, and play, okay?
Billy Donovan enjoying the activity his team is showing, the motion of his offense, just wants to see more of it.
Yeah, they're working together well. The key now is to try to do it consistently throughout the rest of this evening.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Batum and Kid Gilchrist, the rangy wings. Down low, it's Kaminsky and Zeller. And it's Walker in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Hornets trail by 11. He kicks it to Zeller. They set the screen. Inside. Right side, Batum. Another miss by Batum.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
Roberson. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got his fourth rebound in this one. Pass to Zeller. Batum wide open. He fires. Another miss by Batum.
It's just been a frustrating day for him all the way around, and it's rubbed off now, I think, on the rest of the team.
The Thunder with another miss. For Charlotte, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Stolen by George. And here we go. George heading. Oh!
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Walker with it. Westbrook picks him up. Kid Gilchrist against Singler. Shot off the screen. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Here's Westbrook. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
The motor of Russell Westbrook is absolutely amazing. This guy stays with his shot even through the tough contact.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Patterson's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Hasn't Russell Westbrook matured into a spectacular leader? This is a guy his teammates look up to, and what a fearless competitor, guys.
Now here's Zeller, and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
One shot, find the lanes.
And that one falls for Zeller. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Roberson, defended by Batum. Walker against Westbrook. Shoots from 12, and that one goes long. The Thunder leading by 13. Now George kicks it to Robertson. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Here's the screen. It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Picked by Zeller. And Batum kicks to Zeller. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Walker against Westbrook. To the left side wing. Screen by Adams. And Roberson kicks to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his 6th rebound on the night. Walker with it. Westbrook picks him up. Batum for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 6 assists now in the game. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Westbrook dishes to Roberson. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Well, Westbrook can be a pass-first mentality when necessary. How about the recognition from the crafty guard?
Picked by Zeller. There's a good screen. Down low. It's tipped. George with no one around. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Walker in the corner. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Westbrook against Walker. Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. Pass to Patterson. Back to Westbrook. Double team on Westbrook. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Batum fires, and Charlotte again with the bucket. And so here is Oklahoma City. 17 points was their biggest margin. Westbrook passes to Adams. Back to Westbrook. And Roberson has it in the corner. Off target with his 3. Hornets trail by 10. Here's Batum. The Thunder pull it in. Patterson's got 8 rebounds in this game.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Outside Westbrook. Outside for George. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. 19 points for George.
Challenging this D with the 3 ball. That's his 2nd from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half too.
Here's Walker. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
And here's Westbrook. The 11-footer. He dishes it to Patterson. He can't get that one, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. Here's Kid Gilchrist. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Now, here's Westbrook. Good on the 13-footer. Westbrook's got 25 points in the game.
Well, this has become his bread and butter. The mid-range game has been good to Russell Westbrook.
Outside, Walker. Pass to Kaminsky. Adams brings the double team. Here's Patterson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Well, Kev, that's just an example of Patrick Patterson being determined as a finisher. He was in tight spaces, and he still makes the shot. That's nice.
Now, here's Batum. Kaminsky sets the pick for Kid Gilchrist. Puts it up from 12. Hits the front of the rim and out.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And stolen by Zeller. And Batum kicks to Kaminsky. Wasted no time on that one.
Boy, that was a good kick out for the assist. Finding his open teammate on the outside.
Feeds it to Westbrook. And Roberson kicks to George. In the corner, it's Patterson. No good on the triple. Hornets trail by 11. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Cody Zeller. That's tipped and stolen by Patterson. Westbrook kicks to Adams. Now here's Batum. Defense right on him. Here's Kaminsky. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. George dishes to Patterson. Right wing. Here's Robertson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Boy, the assist just put on time and on target. Easy shot opportunity.
Here's Walker. Here's the screen. Clock at 6. That shot off. Westbrook with the nice D there. He feeds it to Patterson. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 9 assists now tonight.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. Shoots over Patterson, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Robertson the pass to Adams, and it goes down 2 points. And the Thunder lead by 17.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Charlotte has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Charlotte calls timeout. Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working, and no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Walker against Westbrook. Floats one up. Walker's shot is off. Now the Thunder with it. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. George dishes to Adams. Walker against Westbrook. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, obviously, the biggest impact Steven Adams has for this team is his ability to be a defensive force in the middle. This guy carves up space, takes away any would-be penetrators, solid rim protection, just an unbelievable guy on the interior.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. More on Adams, Doris. Not only is he a shot-blocking presence, but also will come up with a good amount of steals for a big man.
And that's an area, Kev, where Adams has really improved recently. For his size, he's got great agility and great anticipation in the paint. And I like that there's no hesitation to rotate and challenge any player he switches onto.
Now, here's Batum. Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. 5 to shoot. And the Hornets miss again. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Westbrook with it. In the corner, George with it. The three-pointer, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them,
huge margin of victory for Oklahoma City.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, what a security blanket this guy has been on the offensive end. He made sure they didn't suffer any cold spells. And anytime the offense started to get stagnant, they could get him the basketball, and he'd get them in the right position.
Felton kicks to Patterson. Back to Felton. To the paint. And stolen by Williams. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
And the Hornets making a change here. Monk's checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Abrinas is checked in. .58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Singler outside. There's the feed to Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
And the Hornets with possession here, following the score by Oklahoma City. Lamb passes to Parker. 6 to shoot. To the wing right side. Here's Monk. And it's off the back rim. No good. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Felton. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.